Hello, beautiful folks, wherever you are. Welcome back. It's Underscore Gintu, back again, 27th February 2025. Here we tangle and we make it happen. If you are scarce in brain, things get defaulted. There's one person who is default in terms of brain called Prince Odinga. And this is a direct rule, like the Britain rule in Africa and in Kenya specifically. And this is the tanglement of this kind of the video. So as you can just know real in and out of this kind of the gentleman who is a psychopath and incredulous human creature who cannot even think beyond the buttocks. And this is the beginning. Here we commence much of the way forward to make sure that everyone gets the real point and the verdict about what's really happening between the generation, between the intense human creature and hospitality and stupidity of some of the human creatures, which is more irregular to the real verdict and the real point to be driven back home. What am I saying? Once upon a time in 2023, I was not even given an opportunity to start up a YouTube channel nor to be invited with Kenge in his own villa. When I was about, because this kind of the people, they were working together very closely. And right now, I don't see any kind of any one of them working or having the same concern as they had. Because of the stupid ideas that they brought to Marwa, they were the ideas that brought them to attention of Marwa, getting them out of the villa. Number one, Pablo Jr. was one of the crew members. Hey. Watch out. Get out. Guys, hey. I don't know whose dog is this one. Shh. Watch out. Guys, watch out. Guys, I have dogs here, very brutal dogs, very brutal dogs, and I'm sympathizing with the Kenya fraternity. Whoever is just thinking about it and just come and attack me, I'm very sorry. Things are different, things do change, and this is the security that is always prevailing, and they're here. If you think you're a man enough, come find me. I'm sympathizing with you because African shepherds, cocoa dogs, very brutal, aggressive whenever it comes to the clarity and giving the security protocols to move forward. No one is being engaged or having any kind of miscellaneous challenge can ever boycott or do any kind of miscellaneous effect to gain to. Here we go on. Due to unconditional circumstances of how things are moving from one position to another, things have got a numerous points, and thrown into a pogromicity or incredulous moments that we can come out clearly and verdict and tell to the people the real contentious things that we are also coming out with. This is the point. This boy called Pablo Jr. was part of the team. There were 4 random boys working together very closely, and they gave Marwa a very poor idea and a very stupid and very silly idea that got them out of the villa, and no one ever been told up to date. You see some people cherishing, at the back, thinking that Amaru would ever cherish them and talk about, go and subscribe to this kind of the goon called this name and this name and this name. He has never even tagged them. Why? They ever did defaults and they brought very big loss to Marwa during the party time or before the party. This is the point. Pablo Jr., he got a sponsor and a woman called Janet Harassment. She was the one who was paying Pablo Jr. so that he can stay in a Marwa compound and work there. And every week she was sending a lot of money to him so he can go and take some liquor and just get defaulted that way and go to Nairobi, cherish there and come back, and hence come with nothing and still stays at the same intents where even he was born as a grandchild in her home, which is her mother's home. Right now, things defaulted. Marwa never said that these are the people I don't need because they're here to siphon, not them not to be siphoned. They can never give you again. They want to gain from you only. How can you stay with such kind of the psychopaths? Kenge threw them away during that time. Threw them away. This was the first boy who was thrown away after the party. And Marwa, if you can remember the statement he was saying, this is a boy whose home is just 100 meters from the villa. He's eating here, everything. And he sleeps here, but his home is 100 meters from here. And right now he can never join anybody to do any work in the compound, but he want to eat and do other things. Better as he could say that we were eating and drinking and sleeping, but we were working. But this one was not working, but sitting, sleeping. He was now like the owner. The same category to this kind of a goon called Odinga. He thinks about, he was now the owner talking, you know guys, beautiful people, let me tell you. No. He was speaking like a speaker which is rotten. Have you ever had a speaker that, a radio that you have to hit, pa, so, pa, pa, or you shake it, so he's speaking like he's scratched. So he's just a psychopath. They came with one stupid idea that even right now, whenever even Amaro hears that this kind of the person is reacting in his own in his party, he thinks about this just a goon. Let them do their own things because of he is not interested with this kind of the lunatic, stupid, and silliest goons in ever history of the life. They brought something called a gazebo. They said that Mara give us money. We build a gazebo here. And the gazebo never worked. It was built right now. The only thing that is sleeping there, even there's nothing can shelter there, like it's an open structure, carelessly constructed, miscellaneously loss of money, and talking about they were doing something good. When Amaro realized that it was there for only occupying space and consuming his own pocket, every time is damages, every time is we need this, they don't have even a plan. They're just talking about, oh, we could have do this, we could have done this. Stupidity of the highest order. That's why he was told, even for himself, to talk about is just there, just proposing himself so as he can be liked to Amaro, and he will never like him because of the character. Bringing your father and your mother with goats and with a lot of stuffs, sugar, that the people who ever went to Amaro so as they can give him appreciation after He was chased because of this insidious, stupid moment and structure they built, which was not even perpendicular to the economy of that time of the party. So they were lunatic psychopaths. They had to leave. And now he came with the mother, the father, so they can just ask for forgiveness. And they brought cooking oil. They brought sugar and much more things. He did a very heavy, very heavy. Then taking those kind of the stuffs, get them to your mother, who is doing liquor at the home, up to date, is the one who is being sponsored. He cannot even sponsor her mother so as he can continue producing liquor in terms of fractional distillation of the local materials. Is still sitting in Nairobi thinking about this, cherishing other people, yet your family is under trouble. You have sold everything from his home. He married the wife, the children died. He never even attended, and he never wanted even no one to tag about, can you go and visit your children, or visit your wife, or visit your home, because the children have died, 2 of them. He has never even. Because of what? There is a psychology that people have built themselves, that when I stay in Nairobi, I'm safe. Stupid. Why do you want to develop other people's structures or develop other people's life with the money daily and daily than leaving your home? Your mother is walking helter-skelter, Babylon Hill Selassie style, and she's doing fractional distillation. Every time he's being chased with the police, east, right, center, left, north, west, every position. And you're thinking about, you're just there talking about, my beautiful people. You know what? Let me tell you, beautiful people. My people, you are just talking like a speaker, scratch speaker. We are not interested. Can you man up? You're now looking like you are Diddy of David Jr. here. And you're looking pathetic at the same time. And you are coming to react for the people who are developing your village goon. And me and you, I'm the closest person who is the closest person to Oding. I'm telling you. The closest. We are of the same village. If I'm going to be forming the Ginto village, this goon going to be part of my program. And I want to develop your village too. So whenever you're going to be coming, I could have rectified your parents' behavior. Because you think about, staying there with the sugar mommy, pretending that now you are the owner. Let me tell you guys, I went to Nairobi one time. And I got those guts of them inviting me to go to their position. If somebody can remember, there's a time I went to Nairobi and I filmed much of the videos. And this goon was part of the program. I just took from his own town he was living all shops. Right now, he was living under somebody's roof and thinking about he's a YouTuber now. Somebody was taking care of him. Another hustler. Even he was complaining much of the things about this kind of a lunatic person. He can never even spend a single cent in even buying anything in the house. He thinks it's only eating. Right now, I think he's only drinking water. He's just reacting, using people's Wi-Fi's so they can just come out and talk about, sitting in people's corridors. So they can just use their Wi-Fi so they can just make sure that things are coming out clearly. And it's coming outside here to tell other people now you're in Nairobi. Nobody is fearing such kind of a cantankerous, a hooligan, a hulabaloo person who is just staying because of a sugar mommy, who is not even relevant. is just pretending. The guy was ever pretending and telling the sugar mommy, I don't have a wife, I don't have children, yet your child died, you never came. So as you could not, or your sugar mommy could not know that you have a wife and you have children. Stupid. Come and see them. And you're talking about, Your daughter died, my friend. Don't come outside there to tell us that, this, that. You think how much times you cucumberize that sugar mommy there in Nairobi, yet you will come and develop your village here. And you're thinking about people don't see. People judge. What meant you to come or to get away and cheat your sugar mommy that there's no life in Nyabohanse, yet you stole Joseph Vegas, a person who has there's a guy who is a YouTuber, Joseph Vegas, who has a club in Nyabohanse. He was once a manager in that club. He ate all of the money from that kind of the club. And the police were under search of him. He had to run because he could not provide 30,000 Kenya shillings that he stole. That's the fact. Who doesn't know? And you are the one who was talking about, record for me, Sejo, record for me, somebody, record for me whenever they are dancing, so you can just react. And when I came to Nairobi, I gave you a little bit of something. You can just read it, And you can now see the difference between me and you. I came and I told you, my friend, I'm not a boy like how you are a boy. And I spoiled you in the street food. I spoiled you in the liquor, the way you wanted to have liquor. Did I even taste one? I was just talking about you are just psychopaths. You just drink, lunatic. You are just squeezing your lives. I'm not interested with that one. But the real essence of the time, I took you from one village to another. So as you can just see that Nairobi, you are living there, but you cannot even have some of even money to look and go from one street to another. I came to even give you a life a little bit during that time. And now you are coming out to tell me what I ever sponsored you. Stupid. So come out clearly and tell people the fact about yourself. But don't react thinking that tomorrow, whenever you're going to be coming, you're going to be calling you as the first. You will never ever attend. You'll never even get to the villa anytime. And I'm promising you that. And you can, if you don't like it, take it to the bank. And you will see. He will never invite you. Why? Nobody likes him. He was a pretender from the start. And the king himself said it. I don't like pretenders and I don't like your behavior. Because he even migrated from his home. It's the same character up to date. Even once, even me and the boy, we were the same age, same school. Whether he likes it or not, because we were in the same school. He knows. He knows where we were studying from the kindergarten. Grade 1, grade 2, we were the same school. But he came to have that kind of an ego. He sold the land. And went talked about, I want to open a club in Nyabohanse so as I can sell keg. Some people know keg, Senator Keg. He once sold the keg after selling the land of his own ancestor. And you know he's a single mothered. Huh? And he's now coming out to tell people how to act, how to be perpendicular, yet he's the one who is lost already. How is a person going to be coming to talk about where is your own legacy? Where is your own position of owning? You're owning only buttocks you have and the name. And there's no legacy again. And you think about people fear, we have to tell you how it's going. And if we don't tell you, you are lost generation. You have a lost generation then. And we don't want such kind of the boys to lose their own generation after the sugar mommy who is just cheating. You have 55 sugar mommy who is just there. You're thinking about, and he was telling me, you know what? This kind of a woman, in terms of conjugal rights, she's perfect. She's even the one who is teaching me. Stupidity of the highest order. And you're telling me now that this is where you get your money and you have to develop yourself. What have you developed? Come and take over the lands that you ever sold. Tell her you have lands that you ever sold and you don't have land to your home. That's why you have run to Nairobi, because everybody will laughing to you and you don't have any friend. Your friends are just beers. Your friends are just tables in the club. Those are your friends. Don't be a psychopath. That's a lecture for you. Just understand it, and if you don't get it, forget about it. Stay there, conjugate her, and you'll find a day whenever it's going to be coming, you'll have only lost it. And you think about Kenya going to be coming back to support you, you're done. You just cheer his squad. You are manipulating him. But at the end of the day, there's no invitation. There's no appointment of you. You'll just wonder how this life is going. You just continue acting, reacting perpendicularly, cross-sectional, perpendicular, circumferentially, hulabalukally, cochratically, and everything gonna be running good. But the real effect of the day, you are already a loser. We are still at home. We are developing our village. You'll come and we have all developed. Now you'll be rocking. Kong, 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 kong. Gito. You say, hello, people. Let me tell you, people. You know, Gito. And, you know, my village, you know, you're talking like a crooked. Like a person who has ate sweet potatoes and one sweet potato come and hang at the esophagus. Now the trachea, in terms of aerating, it is not aeration. It is not doing You'll be like a cock which is starting to cock-rock. That's a very bad idea. And whoever is just praising you is just thinking about stupid. Continue behaving in normal and you'll come to be normal whenever things have changed already. When I think about this kind of a boy, I think about our when we were just growing up and how we were just playing and he was having a normal voice. I don't know who cheated him so as he can just tune the voice into I don't know who cheated him. And he cannot have a long video because how can you speak you know, even you feel like you're gonna scratch, you're gonna take a very big cooking stick and then start so you can prepare the trachea very much so the sound will be coming out. So I don't know who gave you such kind of an idea and told you that you are behaving normal. My people, let me tell you, my people. You know, my people. You know, my people. My people. You know, my people. So it's my people, you know, no. Muna surudi home. Hao, shauri yako, man. Sisi tuko. Tatupata home, we are home. And tunaendelea na shughuli za kawaida. To make sure that things are going on clearly. Mbele kwa mbele, tutakutana, bro. Tuko inadi. Let me talk to him a little bit of Asheng, maybe he can just understand. Buddha, rudi Magedha. Najua ni kungori. Na huyo madhe amekutunza hiyo base manze. Ni kungori huko, najua. Come back home. Sisi tuko, my friend. We are available. And you're gonna be rejoicing together if you just find each other to a different level. But to the essence of the time, what's really happening, we're gonna be having a luck right now. Maybe you have a luck right now, but to the end of the entire conclusion of the moment, it might be so krakatued. And this kind of the irresonant reactions you are ever coming out with, think about you are validating and giving it out as possible the way it has to be. You are making your own grave. You are taking it out. It's your own grave. The only thing that you will find, we will contribute for it to make sure that we will say, oh, we loved him, yeah, we liked you, yeah, he sold everything, yeah. He liked Nairobi, yeah, the far away, that the area that he has ever gone far away, Nairobi, yeah. Where specifically, Orsop's, yeah. Well, you will find that people will just be eating some meat here, and then you are just talking about, the people you are talking about, they will be contributing. You just delay there and talk about you are the man. You are manning other people's wives, cucumberizing, or you are a good cucumberizer. Maybe, I don't understand. And for you to get a person, you have to be a good a soccer in terms. You are now acting irregularly, like another boy you call Mawera. Mawera, I've heard about 2-3 scenarios here and there, and has been allegated of much of the things that has been happening, because even him, he got a sugar mommy the way Odinga thinks about he has a sugar mommy, the same way. Mawera can give you a history, and that history ever told Amaro, and I was there listening to that kind of a story that Mawera ever came with, excavated himself, and found himself in that kind of the scenario. And he said this kind of a person was ever controlling and telling Mawera never to come to the villa, because a villa is where the dead point is, the dead zone. And I think, which is maybe it might be the fact about this kind of the mummies always talking about, you just come to Nairobi, you're going to be staying in Nairobi, I don't want you to go. And this kind of, even Kenge even doesn't know. Let me tell Kenge today, so as he can know this kind of the people who they are just talking this lunatic and psychopathism language, and talk about sanitizing their language. And they gauge their language, and they're coming out to talk about, oh, Kenge. Do you know how much that kind of a sugar mommy doesn't want those kind of the boys to come to your village? They know this is a dead zone. And they're just coming out to talk about this because of the survival values in the street. But Kenge has a long way to go. He never took a person who can ever control his own legacy, and even to give him the information from A to Z. I could be the best person working there because I started it and he saw it. Even today, he's just alarming himself to talk about, if I could be having Gintu in my generation, I could be so far. He knows himself. I became one of the very useful minds in Ayamarwa. Whence I ever visited a place where he could visit earlier enough, prepare food as I was watching, get the food into hot pots, arrange them, make sure that I'm there looking A to Z, arrangement, table manner, table milling, and every kind of the meal experience. And whenever now Kenge approaches, I'm the one now to get him and introduce him to the people who are there, and make sure that he's rejoicing and sitting, and the chair should be prepared very gently and very much good. Now he lacked that position. There's no one who can ever do such kind of a thing, because I know how to do it. It was my experience of my own life. I did catering and accommodation and such kind of the things. I told you I can cook for you, prepare you the bed, accommodate you, feed you, cook everything. And even I can prepare, we are talking about which kind of the standard bed you need. If you are going 20 rounds, you can talk, 20 rounds is a 5x6. And it's a strong bed of metal. So I could be gauging whatever you are doing. How big you are. I could be gauging it. And whenever you arrive, you find that everything is so fantastic, then you continue on prosperous eat or the meal experience. Right now, he lacked it. From his own home, I went to prepare food. From Agunmo's home, I was preparing food. From his own table home, I was preparing food for him And now you can gauge who was Gintu. And the same way I'm talking such, I'm telling Kenge he ever lost that opportunity. Because there is no one will ever talk about this is Kenge. Everybody was angry with money during that time. And it's a time I'm telling Kenge, I ever got the first, this is the real, I got the first donation, and it passed through Farmer Isa, and it was 1,000 Kenya shillings I was given. And it was after I have a channel, run the channel like 4 months. Yeah, it was like February 2024, after opening the channel around October. So when I come out clearly to tell you this kind of the people, how they are, I was not chasing anything. I knew my work, what I'm just doing. That is the best. Then you know what are this kind of the boys are being driven into? They talk about, I want to chase this kind of the money. But to the real instant is not producing the money himself, you are doing nothing then. Even God says, whatever small you have, you'll be added. Thank you. Somebody can get it. And it's the fact that they're just cheating their own boss, calling himself their boss, and thinking about their boss is now talking about, oh, I have a squad, I have the dogs who are barking for me. Oh. But they're the baddest people you are carrying, and they're the people who have sugar mummies who doesn't need you in their life ever and ever. It's only to react and think about, everybody's looking for where he knows this is the direct point. That's why you see those kind of the people talking about, oh, we are reacting for the king, we are just backing for the instance of Kenge. Look at the real thing like Mawera. Whenever he came out to talk about, he got a sugar mummy who was controlling him, and he told him, never go back to the Kenge position. That's a dead zone. People are dying. People are eating bad food. I don't want to see you back again to the hospital because of eating food that's produced in Kenge. Very stupid ideas. And the ones who are coming out to talk about, and yet up to date, he is only having that sugar mummy who is taking him all around. Because when I went with the Mawera to take the ornamental fish, that I went to take it from Kirinyaga, Sagana, to the villa here in Nyaboanse, he was communicating to the same woman who was telling him, never go there again. If I see you there, I will be disappointed. And yet Mawera came out one day and said, there's a person who tried to lure him money so they can talk bad about Amaro. Very stupid ideas. It's just rotating there so as Amaro can see that he's the only genuine person. But when you will come to the real essence of the mind of those kind of the psychopathism people, Maro, you'll find that you are a loser already. They're eating you from the toe. I'm telling you. If you think we are lying, wait for the moment is coming. They'll be just running whenever you come. Why couldn't they right now act perpendicularly and get the views that they were going to be getting? But when you arrive, they'll be rushing to your position and talk about, hey, I'm your fan. Hey, I'm always there. Hey, guys, since even I started the YouTube channel, I've never watched Maro. I'm telling you as a fact, I've never watched Maro in my phone. I've never. And that I sit down and watch, this is what Maro is doing. I've never. He has never been the role model for me. The person I was ever watching, I tell you as a fact, was Nasto, number one. The second person was Chef Matiko. The third person was Lynn Ngogi, who is doing documentaries and sometimes some of the podcasts in Kenya. You can get it? And I'm watching many other more outside who have the impact of rectifying and making things clear. Who a person who can gain you something. That's why I was acting perpendicularly the way Nasto was acting perpendicularly. The way Chef Matiko was reacting perpendicularly. Those were my role models. But I want to migrate a little bit. And to the real effect of the time, that's why you see Mawera right now is circumferentially looking helter-skelter, A, B, C, D, rotating from one position to another. Because of what? He doesn't have any kind of anything to do right now. It's just a feeling lunatic, feeling conventionally irresonant. And is coming out to talk about other people have bad idea about him or a bad moment or wishing him. Nobody's wishing Mawera a bad moment. Nobody's interested with Mawera. I'm telling you the fact. He's the person who messed. They wanted to bring out in the village something called Airbnbs. They wanted to take the girls of the village, put them in the Airbnbs. They wanted to construct. He was the one who was to take over the responsibility of looking forward on the construction of the Didi Anko. He wanted to start up in Irene Inaga's evacuation area so they could build this kind of the stupid guest houses and molest the village ladies. That's why we ever fought about it. And we said, don't ever be into such kind of a position. And when even Kenge is coming out to just give him a good moment, that you know what, Mawera, you know, don't associate yourself with this kind of the people, you are losing it because there's a time you came to the villa and you were chased and you were, the watchman told you that go back to your position, go back to where you were. We don't allow you to get inside there. I don't have any report about you in the villa. And right now he's talking about, whenever you are there, Mawera, welcome anytime. You just come anytime you feel. But when you come, you will be told there's nothing like that one that an entry. Mawera had to go back to Nyabuanse and look for a house and a guest house so he can just sleep. And he's coming outside there to tell people, oh, Kenge is everything. Kenge is my foot. Is nothing to the society. And that's how he's throwing people into a pogrom perpendicularly, and you'll just gain a losing moment from that kind of the conspiracies ever bringing out to the genome of the nation. That's why he has lost every kind of aspirations, and people are ever as commarized so they can just ever support him. They lose the appetite of even watching him. Because they know he is not a person who can stand with an order. Right now, Maro could be the one who is heading even Nyabuanse. People will just be passing and people will be saluting, talk about, yeah, the legacy is here. But right now, whenever he passes, everybody's looking like, that is Maro. He came yesterday. Nobody's interested. Nobody's interested. But what about another person whenever you're going to become? But effectively, let us react perpendicularly. Let us not have that kind of a regime that it used to be there. People have ever been fighting about it. Let's move forward and make it happen. So the real essence of the time, Mawera, start acting perpendicularly. The sugar mummies will ever kill you, man. And you're tall, huge a little bit. Short always. Black persistency. Chako how? You're good to go. Take care of your grandfather, man. And the people are just driving you and they are giving you some thoughts. But you have just sat in one position. You have said that you never marry as a lady. You want a mommy who is 60 and above. Okay. It's your life. Go on. But the real effect of the time, whenever it comes, the money that are just bringing onto your own focus, you think about it's good. To reach at a time, you saw what the one of the guys did to you. Told you that they're going to be jailing you. You had to return his own money, her own money. And you know what happened? You had even to go in a pharmacy to test much of the diseases so you can send to her and verify to her that you are positive, so she can leave you. You understand it. So if you reach into that kind of a position and you're told you had to refund the money, You can just get it in an essence. And this is the real by failure that's happening to this kind of the boys who are affected with marwas categorically and hulabaloo mind, which is not even criticizing mind. And sometimes they're just sanitizing their own language, sanitizing their own minds, and making sure that there's no one can ever throw you to such kind of the circumstances of the day, to the bifault and the significance of the time. Whenever it comes to the reality, oppositional reality, you come to understand and underage yourself and talk about I was messing here. But before you come to realize the real defect that you have already done, you have already lost it. And you could have been already thrown into a pogrom already. And the Kenge will never help you. Kenge will say that, why did you engage yourself? You are a man, why couldn't you behave normal? Continue, you just go wherever you want to go. Sponsorship, they're there. People like it. People want to sponsor the people they need. They live. We really appreciate for everyone who's been supporting and making sure that we are grooving together. Everybody and every person has a person who will never leave them. Whenever it rains, whenever it does what. But we can never trust Kenge. He can never. That's what you say about Kenge must go. Kenge must go. And that's the real and the fact rule that we have to get it. Rule number one. Kenge is a psychopath. And no one can ever trust this kind of a lunatic psychopath person. And how things are going to be coming out clearly, everybody has to evolve. Make sure that everybody is listening, getting gauging everything, getting the real points, putting the points together, and realize yourself wherever you're coming from. But Mawera, don't throw us into a sarcasm that I left your group, I'm forming my own group, I'm doing my own things, direct forward. Now you can see, I've started building, and you are part of the person who oriented me into this YouTube. I'll never leave you, bro. It's because of the behavior you are now looking out. And you know, Mawera is a snitch person ever. Not even the people who are talking about Nastu is a snitch. Now Mawera is the biggest snitch person. He can marinate you in a sufuria, put every kind of a spice and seasonings and herbs, cook you very well. And you talk about now I'm good. Whenever it comes to the boss, you'll find that he's the only person who is entering into the villa. You will not enter. And he has cooked you properly, has promised you. And you will never reach Canaan, where you could just be drinking